Ashley McBryde joining us. The new album is out. It's called Lindeville, and she's on the hotline. What's up, girl? Good morning.
Good morning.
We're big fans of this. You know who we've already talked to? We've already talked to
Bob
Morrison, who knew Dennis Lindy.
So we've heard the rumor that he had like an actual little town, like in an office where, like, either on a map or something, or was it like a model? And
actually, it was a table where it's a miniature small country town that he had constructed. He had a honky-tonk, trailer park, houses.
Wow.
All kinds of businesses, and that's where he got all his characters. He creatively put himself in that small town and discovered his characters that became songs. His hits, in addition to Burning Love by Elvis, there was Goodbye Earl, Janie Baker's Love Slave, Queen of the Double Wide, Bubba Shot the Jukebox, all country people being who they are, all written by himself. He didn't co-write much, but Dennis was a treasure. He went away too quickly, but that's another sad story.
This is so inside kind of stuff, and I think it's important that people hear this because you're doing a tip of a hat to a guy that not many people knew.
Not by name, at least.
Yeah. Who wrote songs that are iconic, Burning Love,
Elvis.
I guess that's actually. I guess once you do an Elvis song, you pretty much can write any other. Like, you're done. Like, you don't have to work
anymore.
Right?
That was one of the things that I was just like, and the hits just keep coming, like, literally, because I know, I'm drawing the line. I'm like, oh my gosh, Earl and Double Wide Trailer, and then I was like, wait, he wrote Burning Love? Come on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
just showing off.
So the album is called Lindeville. So obviously it's a reference to Lindy's last name, Dennis Lindy. And what people don't understand is that your album, Lindeville, has all these little characters in it. So all these characters come
the same
back
Earl.
in.
Yeah.
So is this kind of what Lindeville, your album, is trying to do?
Heck no.
No.
But we did think once because we realized we had all these characters over the years. Like, good grief, we've got Living Next to Leroy, right? So me and Nicolette wrote that. And then there was Shut Up Sheila. That was on my second record.
Mm-hmm.
Then Pillbox Patty happens, right, which is Nicolette's stuff. And Aaron already had Jesus, Jenny. And we had just gotten through writing a song called Blackout Betty, which is my nickname when I drink too much, which is fine. I earned it. I don't care.
That's an easy character to write for.
Those are the facts. And it was the day we wrote that I was like, oh my gosh, we've got all these weird characters from over the years. We should give them a place to live and maybe give them neighbors.
Is that how the whole thing came up? And somebody said, oh, Dennis Lindy used to do that, and he did it.
Yeah, I said, and if we do that, if we decide, because this is during a time where none of us are on the road, right? So we should do that. And if we're able to pull it off, we should call the town Lindeville. And, of course, some of the people you're talking to are like, why, what's that mean? And you're like, oh, the freaking Dennis Lindy songs. And you're like, you list them, and they're like, oh, my gosh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that was Dennis Lindy. So if we are able to do what we want to do here, we should name it Lindeville just to make sure that we recognize that we aren't the very first people to realize that we had characters in our songs, character-driven songs. And you've got to honor the fact that somebody got there first.
Yeah, we love we've been listening to this album on repeat, both of us, and I think the only song we could probably play because of air playable.
You cuss some on this song there.
A little bit. There's a little cussing.
Yeah, way to go. Thanks.
But we're going to go ahead and play this. It's kind of a cool little throwback as you covered Linda Ronstadt. And can we play When Will I Be Loved right now?
So good.
From the album Lindeville, which is out now, it's Ashley McBryde.
Ashley McBryde is our guest. The album is called Lindeville, and it's got so many cool, quirky songs.
And I also like the fact that there's all of you working together. Who all is in? I know we heard Osborne's on there. Who else is on this album?
Yep. It's myself and Pillbox Patty, which is Nicolette Hayford, Kaylee Hammock, Brandy Clark. I asked John Osborne to produce this record, and he's brilliant. And he also sang all the harmonies with me. I asked TJ Osborne to come in and sing a tune, and he did. Then you've got Aaron Ray Tier and Benji Davis, which were two of the other writers that were on on the retreat where we wrote all these songs and kind of finished up all these characters.
So, you know, it's do you even really, I think Bubba said it off the air to me, because it's so cool that Ashley is able to do an album like this. It's really quirky. I mean, it's not, we're so used to kind of generic songs.
Well, everybody writes singles. This is an album. It's a story. It's so interwoven.
Yeah. Isn't it nice to be able to be in a place where you can do this and let the record label be like, yeah, do this. It's awesome.
Yeah, because this isn't the time to do this, is what I'm hearing. And that's true. The third record, you know, because we had to do our proper third record as well, so we did. But, you know, to be like, hey, we did this really cool thing, and I think we should make this a record. And now everybody I say this to, I should be getting no's from. And people are listening to the work tapes and going, yeah, you should. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, hang on. Okay, then if that's a yes, then I want John Osborne to produce it. And they're like, that's brilliant. You should ask him. And I'm like, oh, crap. Okay.
Well, the production is fantastic.
Also,
it sounds great.
Oh, it's so much fun. And that was the way it just was. And like, I called Kaylee, like, I know it's a long shot, but do you want to be on Lindeville? And she was like, yeah, what time? Tomorrow? And I was like, actually, yeah, tomorrow at noon. She's like, yes, I will be there.
Oh, it's so great.
The whole thing sounds great. I love the mics on the drums, whoever did all the setup. I mean, it's engineered, it's produced fantastically. So big shout out to John for doing that.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I was so excited when he was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I love these work tapes. I'll do this. And I knew that I would not have to worry about any of his choices. He's just, we're like-minded, and I could just completely trust it. And we got to make choices in writing the songs and in recording the songs, as is evident in the lyrics. Like you said, not everything is radio play friendly. But we had the ability to just write what we wanted to write.
So good.
Without really worrying. And then John made the same calls. As a matter of fact, we were doing those jingles. We were doing the
commercials.
And we're doing the funeral home commercial, and I was like, I really kind of want it to be, you know, like barbershop-y style. And John was like, I think we need xylophone.
Listen, if you want an album that you can really like sink your teeth into,
I call this a road trip album. Like, this is one you want to just listen to over and over, because the stories, there's so many different layers, as we talked about earlier. It's all intertwined. It's really cool. I mean, you're just talking about being across the street from Ronnie's pawn shop.
Heck yes, because that would be the geographical marker in the town, absolutely. Because if it has a big purple dinosaur sign, you know that there's two things in that town. Half the town loves that thing, and half the town thinks it is hideous.
That's right.
But everybody's talking about it.
Congratulations on this. It's called Lindeville. It is out from Ashley McBryde. Also, congratulations. Nominated 5 times for this year's CMA Awards. So congratulations. 5 times. And
yeah, nuts.
That's so dumb. Are you kidding me? Golly.
I love it.
Yeah, you do.
All right, we love you, girl, and come see us soon. And let's go take a trip down to Lindeville together.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I'll meet you at the park.
Sounds good. Better there than the Forkham Funeral Home. All right.
2-for-1 cremations.
Yay. Ashley McBryde, everyone. Thanks, Ashley.
All right, thanks, guys.
See
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Wow, we have videos, lots of them, more than just the one you watched. We got more and more and more and more.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or we'll tell your mom.